Drain your stamina, turn you to stone, or anything else they want. Some other unfortunate things that can happen to you is that your spells can fizzle based on poor oratory. Or, even worse, they can backfire. If things get too tough, you can always run. Once combat is over, you can rest. Resting increases your hit points, stamina, and magic points. If you get interrupted, it's a bad thing because some of your characters may be asleep. There's also other items you can find in the game to help you recover. Resurrection potions, cure poison potions, and cure stone, for example. There's also times when there's events that happen in the game, options which let you choose what to do. Sometimes you make the right choice, and sometimes you make the wrong choice. I found more often than not Murphy's Law was at play, at least for me. Every once in a while you'll run across the non-player character. They're priceless in this game because they're the only way you can buy items or sell your own items. You can talk if in case there's certain keywords that you know to give to them. Most of the time you won't, but if you pay really close attention to some of the clues in the game, you will. You can also trade, as I just mentioned, and purchase equipment. This NPC's name is Queequeg. Yeah, I'm not sure why they chose that name, but he has some pretty good stuff, especially for beginning characters. You'll notice that the price is on the right side, and the class, kind of toward the right side, also shows if it's a long-range weapon, short-range, missile, if it's armor. Wizardry has a concept of hit areas, so you'll have to buy separate armor or find separate armor for legs, your feet, head, etc. Once you decide on buying some equipment, you will want to equip it, of course, when you're done, and go back and sell some of your old junk that you no longer need. Early on I mentioned the Amulet of Life. That's what it's worth. You can also try to steal from the NPCs if you have a good legerdemain skill. If you get caught a couple times, they'll either leave or attack. Characters also have a swag bag where they can put equipment that they're not going to be using. There's all kinds of clues littered throughout the game. And of course passwords that you'll have to answer. The game has a whole bunch of mini quests that you'll have to complete in order to progress onward. Most of them are item related. Like here we gave this guy a stuffed beagle, and now he gives us a key in return. There's also times where you have to use special items and even merge them together, such as this heavy rope and steel hook. Then we take that and we can whip it across this chasm and get to the other side. Very difficult to figure out. The designers also had a major sense of humor. Here we find this studded bra, which has all kinds of implications. Talk about kinky. Well, let's give the bra to our Valkyrie and the bullwhip to our Psionic. Eventually, after earning enough experience, your characters will start to level up. You'll get to increase their skills, and their attributes will randomly increase. You'll learn more powerful spells as well. And classes such as Monk will want to increase their Karijitsu, which is critical hit ability. As mentioned earlier, takes out enemies with one hit. Even these bastard haunts. Once certain classes that are fighter types like Rangers reach level 3, even they will start learning spells. Speaking of spells, one of the coolest ones is the category of summoning. Here we summon some wraiths, and now they'll fight on our behalf. Sometimes they make stupid mistakes, like cast hold monsters on something that won't be held, or they'll cast massive attack spells such as Ice Ball. Depending on the spell level in which you cast your spells, you'll summon different types. Here we got some Shimera, some things called Weirds, and one of the best that Psionics can summon are Phantasms. The game has some quirkiness, such as being able to punch somebody in the foot. Not exactly sure how that could happen, but it adds entertainment. Or you may find somebody's suede pants after killing them. Or you may run across a book that tells you how to lose 15 pounds in a fortnight, or a 1-800 number. And I added this scene specially for Mr. Bughorn, or formerly known as Bearded Man. Here we're drinking against this captain, and we're trying to outdrink him. I got my trusty dwarf up front with high vitality. And he takes him out. You'll find some fun and nice treasure along the way. Sometimes it's set treasure that's always the same, and other times it's random. This is where the save game can really come in handy. Just keep restoring until you get something good. I know some people would consider that cheating, but sometimes it's needed in a game like this. You can also find special items such as spell books that you can scribe into your own spell book. And those are priceless. The game engine isn't afraid of throwing some monsters at you that'll totally kick your ass. You could be in the middle of an area where there's very simple creatures and simply turn a corner and get your ass kicked. I'm just going to sit back and let you get a feel for the vast types of monsters in this game. So what have we learned by watching this review? Well, there's some things that are tedious, and every once in a while you'll run into bugs that crash the game, but they're very rare. Wizardry 6 is my favorite role-playing game of all time. It's extremely challenging. It took me something on the order of 6 months to beat it when I played it originally. This was pre-internet, so I didn't have all the help and cheats. But the storyline is fantastic. It has great humor in it. It's always challenging you with mystery and combat. And they haven't overloaded the dungeons with treasure, which is great, because in a lot of games you end up becoming too powerful too quickly. If I ever had to recommend an RPG for someone to play, this is it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.